Okay, so I'm inducing my epoxy primer right now, and I've waxed and greased, removed the bottom of this thing, which is probably kind of futile since this asphalt is basically an oil product. And we'll see how it adheres, the primer adheres to it, but the only real parts I'm really worried about is anywhere where there's a little bit of bare metal. But the whole thing will get it, and we'll see how that goes. I'm not too impressed about one thing. The Eastwood interior frame coating, or internal frame coating. I've got some SPI wax and grease remover in this thing, which, by the way, worth picking up at Napa. It was stripping it. The wax and grease remover was stripping the Eastwood internal frame coating. Some of it dripped down there, and I was spraying it down to strip the any of the oils or anything off this thing, and it came off. So I'm not too impressed with the durability of that stuff. It shouldn't be in contact in any internal surface, but sheesh, what's going to happen if, what? I don't know. I'm not impressed. Okay, I ran out of primer before I finished hitting the bottom, so I've just finished letting some induce. And while it was inducing, I was working on some other stuff. I was sandblasting the hinges as well. I put in new hinge pins and bushes. You can see the brass bushes in there. And just one thing, if you get the hinge pin kit for one of these 72 Chevy trucks, I would recommend cutting the end off of them. They stuck out probably about another 3/4 of an inch beyond that, and it just would look goofy. I didn't round the corners, which I should have done if I would have known just how long they were, if I would have noticed how long they were before I started pounding them in. But once I had one done, I had to do them all the same way. Okay, that's just the wax and grease remover on that. I'll hit it with some air to dry it off, but in the meantime I'll hit, the parts I missed on here. Probably give the whole bottom another coat, but not until after I've done this stuff. Okay, if it sounds a little noisy, I'm wearing my fresh air respirator. It's a little punky in here. I got 2 coats of epoxy on the bottom of the cab, and I'm not going to do any more with that today. I was hoping that I was going to get the bed liner on tonight so that it would be mostly set up by tomorrow morning so I could put it back on its dolly, and then I could do something with this frame. But it looks like I'm going to be doing the bed liner tomorrow, or I might just put this thing back on its frame and do the bed liner later. In any case, got 2 coats of Nason epoxy primer on all the hinges and all that. It'll probably tighten up a little bit there, so I'm going to need a little bit of freeing up, but everything looks pretty good. I think that's it. I'm going to go in and have something to eat.